Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Fred Razak at CMTrading. Today's November 12th, 2015, and today's Thursday morning. So looking at the economic calendar today, early this morning, just incidentally, we had an Aussie number, 2:30 a.m. South African time, and we'll look at the graphs, how that affected the Aussie. That was an unemployment change for the Aussie dollar. And then at 10:30 and 12:30 respectively this morning, we have President Draghi speaking. That's going to obviously affect the euro. That's a euro number. He's the ECB president, European Central Bank president, and he's going to be speaking. At 4:30 South African time, we have Fed Chairman Yellen, who's going to be speaking. She's the Fed chair of the U.S. Central Bank, and she'll be speaking at 4:30 South African time. So let's look at the graphs. Let's see what's happening. Looking at the euro this morning, it bounced about 20 pips in the past, half hour or so. Again, we're at a certain threshold. We've consolidated this week. We've been in a very tight range. If we look at it since last week, we're looking at between 40 pip range, 107.83 on the upside and 106.83 on the downside. That's actually a longer time frame. It's really 107.71. And so, ultimately the past couple of days we've rallied a little bit. We've been trading in this range, and we're at the upper range of this mid-range area. If we look at it from that perspective, we've got, at the top range right here and the bottom range on this extremity. So with Draghi speaking today, this could go either way. We could tank, we could go up, but sure be told that I would probably resume that there would be some volatility today. So looking at this, we could see certain, not certain patterns, we could see certain ranges that if we do break out, we can hit maybe another range. So for example, if we break out from this range right here, okay, we could probably go to 1084 at about this range and then challenge it. If we break down and we continue to go down, then if we breach this 106 level, we could possibly hit 104. And looking at a longer time frame, let's just do that for a second. That's a major retracement, okay, and a major challenge again to what we saw before. So ultimately, it could go either way today. I would pay attention to the euro to see if it does break it out or it does break down, and to act accordingly. Meaning to say, if it does break the resistance level, to buy, and if it does falter down to 106.8 and it does breach it, then it could continue going down. So the euro, I would look at, the dollar has been strong across the board, but nevertheless the euro has been more weak than some of the other pairs compared to the dollar. Looking at the Aussie dollar, again, we mentioned this morning there was a number that came out, big rally, 84 pips on the upside, as you can see here, and we're at a certain threshold again on this as well. So if there's going to be continual buying, I'd like to see it. If not, we could maybe trickle down back to these levels, just because there's this initial upbeat buying pressure. Not necessarily will there be consistency to that. So I'd like to see some consistency. I'd like to see a breakout higher to see that it's really, real buyers are in the market and not just a reaction to what's going on with the unemployment. Looking at the Dow Jones, quite quiet yesterday. Not really. Yesterday was Veterans Day in the U.S., which means it's a public holiday. So really not much going on in the U.S. markets yesterday. Maybe we were down 30 to 40 points, something like that. And as you can see, we're trading at 17,683, still shy of our all-time highs, but still very, very strong. Looking at oil, oil is just trickling down on this, I would say, this further support level. I think we're still in support level. I haven't written it out as a for sure sell, but it has, to a certain degree, it has shown certain weaknesses before, and every time we hit these baselines, we just jump right off of them. So if we do breach this 43.41, we can definitely see it going back to $38 a barrel. And this is a major move for oil because we are in the heart of the summer in the northern hemisphere. That means Europe, US, Canada, Russia, most of the world is consuming oil in this time of the year. So with that said, it should drive the prices higher because supply then is depleted. But as you can see, it's not affecting it. And so I'd be more inclined to think that it would continue going down if we do breach this 43 level, and we could see ourselves back in $38 a barrel, which is unprecedented for oil at this time of the year. That's a major eye-opener when you look at oil over the centuries. Looking at gold here, again, we're still consolidating. Again, I'm still inclined to think it's a short because it's not bouncing here. There's nothing capitulating it to bounce. The only thing is I'd like to see the Dow Jones and the equity markets rally, and then this would be a no-brainer that it's a short, and we could even see new lows for the year. The gold has been very weak overall, and as you can see, it's just breaking down further. Looking at the USD ZAR, has been selling off from its all-time highs of 1435. We're trading at 1412 right now, 1413. Still very strong. Okay, the dollar is still very strong. The ZAR has gotten weaker since. You're not gonna. This is not a fair graph, but it's the best graph that I can show you. As you can see, since 2013, 2012, we've just been on this consistent trend, and it's just I think it's capitulating here. Who's to say where's the end of this? And this is really an indication of what the gold is doing to the economy in South Africa. It's quite it's quite serious actually, because the exports are of commodities from South Africa, which I believe is one of the major elements of the economy in South Africa, have depreciated, and so therefore the currency has depreciated as well. So, looking at the graph, it's not encouraging. I still think it's in a upward momentum, and who's to say where the top will finally be? We could be at 17, we could even be at 18, for God's sakes. I know that's very scary for some South Africans, but that's where we're holding. So you can hedge yourself by buying the dollar and selling the ZAR, and opening up new positions, opening up new positions and closing. You could do it on a monthly basis almost. Just find the bottom of the month and just sell the ZAR and buy the USD, and in the anticipation that you can at least cover your depreciating currency, home currency. So those are my thoughts today. I'm going to wish you guys a great trading day. This is Razak at CMTrading. Thank you.